We weren't here last week, so a little lesson would be fantastic.
Okay, so we have this lovely little tune that is inspired by some of Lesia's sermons and speaking on the theme of faith. And it's a tune, there's only one set of lyrics, which are simply this. Faith is a bird that feels the light and sings while the sky is still dark. That's it. That's all you need to know. The melody goes like this. Faith is a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light. Oh, faith is a bird that feels the light and sings while the sky is still dark. Shall we do it together? A one, a two, here we go. Faith is a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light. Oh, faith is a bird that feels the light and sings while the sky is still dark. Beautiful, that's the A section. And then there's a little B section that goes like this. 1, 2, 3. Faith is a bird that feels the light. Same thing. Faith is a bird that feels the light. And that's the top. Faith is a bird that feels the light. A bird that feels the light. A bird that feels the light. Oh, faith is a bird that feels the light and sings while the sky is still dark. Okay, beautiful. That was a little clapping if we have time to do it today. It goes like this. So there's two parts. You can choose whichever one you like. Oh, faith is a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light. Oh, faith is a bird that feels the light and sings on the sky is still dark. So what we have is our bass drum and our snare. Yeah, there it is. Awesome. And we can do that and we can also go, oh, faith is a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light. Oh, faith is a bird that feels the light and sings while the sky is still dark. So we'll call that one the slow one. The fast one goes like this. Faith is a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light. Oh, faith is a bird that feels the light and sings on the sky. It's still dark. Woo! And we'll bring that clapping in the second time. You'll see. I'll do it. It'll be great. And who likes the slow one? Yeah, okay. We got some slow ones. Who likes the fast one? All right. We got the fast one. Okay, there we go. Well, shall we do it for real this time?
Let's do it.
That was our dress rehearsal. All right, if I just stay up here so I can be close to people.
That's great.
Next time we'll have the drums moving. Just kidding. We'll do something. 1, 2, a bass, maybe. Faith is a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light. Oh, faith is a bird that feels the light and sings while the sky is still dark. Faith is a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light. Oh, faith is a bird that feels the light and sings while the sky is still dark. Faith is a bird that feels the light. Faith is a bird that feels the light. Faith is a bird that feels the light, a bird that feels the light. feels alive. Oh, faith is the vertigo that feels alive. And sings while the sky is still, tell me that, still dark, still dark, still dark, still dark, still dark, Beautiful, thank you everybody.
Woo! Beautiful, everyone. Give yourself a hand and the Elevate Trio. I'll look right there. Daniel, Peter, back to the left of face, and Kelby McNair on vocals and body drums. And beats. Yeah. All right, beautiful. Thank you. Welcome, everyone, to another Elevate Wednesday at the Victoria True Center. Thank you to everyone who is here in person and everyone who is tuning in online. I would like to ask, is there anyone who's here at Elevate for the first time today? Woo! Yes! All right. So we have Debbie and we have Kathleen.
Yes.
Welcome to the Victoria True Center and welcome to Elevate. Let's let them know how happy we are that they're here. We love you. We appreciate you. We're so glad you're here. All right, let's give these ladies a hand, you guys. Right on. Thank you so much for coming. And so all of us here, we are here basically to do one thing and one thing only. And that is to remember that love is all there is. Love can go by many, many different names. Sometimes we call love universe, sometimes we call it source, sometimes we call it God, sometimes we call it energy, or even something sciencey like the quantum field of infinite potentiality. But all we're doing here is we're remembering that that is the only thing that is going on. One thing, that everyone and everything is that. And not just a little bit, and not just sometimes or on special occasions, but all of it all the time. And that it's up to us as to how much of that love we get to experience. So that is what we come together to remember, to celebrate, to remind ourselves of, and to remind each other of, to be here, to remember that we are loved, and to live life lovingly. So how does that sound to everyone? Woohoo! Woohoo! All right, smiles and woohoos, fantastic, and hopefully that sounds good to you folks online too. Now, we also want to remember where we are celebrating love, that we are celebrating on the unceded lands of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples, the Songhees and the Esquimalt nations. And if we look to some of the values that they hold dear, strength, integrity, vision, stewardship, these are all values that we could further embody ourselves. And as we do, then guess what? We activate that love that we are, not just ourselves, but our community and our world. So we are so grateful to be able to live and breathe and work and play and co-create together right here, right now, on these phenomenal, beautiful stewarded lands. Some meditative music, gentlemen. Just taking a moment to feel those cascading melodies, those playful harmonies, and all of the rhythms in between. Feeling the joy and the love that continues to linger into the interspaces of right here, right now. And so feeling all of that energy, all of that vibrancy, all of that joy and celebration and love of life. I'm so grateful to know that right here, right now, love is exploding. It is radiating, it is emanating from the very depths of every single individual here as we open up to that boundless, limitless, energetic, divine flow that is the very beingness, the very inception, the very interconnectivity of everyone and everything. So in gratitude for the music, in gratitude for the beauty of all of those melodies and harmonies and rhythms, I'm so grateful to know that our time together is founded in that playfulness, in that celebration, in that love and that joy. So as we continue moving forward in our time together, I'm so grateful to know that that love continues to blossom, continues to radiate, continues to resonate in, through, and as everyone and everything in every moment of our time together. So feeling the love, feeling the appreciation and the love that is growing, I release my word as long, knowing that our time together is love expressing. So I release, I let go, I enjoy, and I know, and so it is. And now, if you'd like to express your appreciation for the band, please feel free to do so. next segment, we are going to take a look at our monthly theme, which is faith this month. And the affirmation to go with our theme is, through faith, the impossible becomes possible, no matter what. So for those who were here last week, or maybe seen it online or in a newsletter, this is something that, has been landing and having opportunity to land for a little bit. But there are people who are here for the first time today, so maybe you're hearing this or feeling this for the first time today. But either way, now is an opportunity just to share something that is coming up for you regarding faith or regarding this affirmation right here, right now, in this moment. So who would like to start us off with a comment or a share on faith? Oh, Stephanie.
So what was coming up for me this week was when there were moments of doubt. Mm-hmm. And wondering how something was going to go. Yeah. I noticed that when I let that go, this came into my listening, my space. Yeah. And it allowed me to have peace when I practiced having this come in. Yeah. And I was sharing this with my mom last week about the impossible as I am possible. Mm-hmm. She said, she's 91. And she said, that's a really good way to look at it. This is great. So that was there for me too.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much. So doubt versus faith, and when we let go of doubt, it opens up room for faith. Even if we don't know how something is going to turn out, faith can bring us peace of mind, heart, body, and soul. Thank you. Who else would like to share something?
Well, I do have to say that sometimes a lot, especially in this profession, if you doubt like something that you did and it wasn't very good, and you doubt, you just go on for a week just thinking, oh God, that was terrible, and you doubt yourself. And then you just don't have to think about it anymore. It opens up for another opportunity. Mm-hmm. An opportunity opens up for you. So, and I find it happens a lot.
Yeah.
If you just let that go, just don't think about it.
Yeah.
Bingo, an opportunity arises.
Yeah.
So much opportunity in letting go. Because when we let go of one thing, then we focus our attention on another. Can't really focus on both.
No.
And so letting go, I think this is the theme for the year at this point. Thank you, David Hawkins. But opening up, to different opportunities of new and unknown, like in the quote from the meditation, for those who were here for the meditation. Thank you very much, Peter. And always we're a choice. Every moment we're a choice of what we are focusing on. So thank you for that reminder. One more share from anyone?
I had kind of a fun week of considering and being open to the idea of faith. Likewise, I had many opportunities where I was like, oh no, this is gonna suck. And then being like, whoa, faith. And then it was like, oh, it allowed me to not walk into a situation with a presupposed idea on my face, in my being, and thereby manifesting that situation, but being present to a situation and I noticed that it just allowed me to be more grounded, to have, I guess, the possibility of choosing. If I didn't have that faith, then I wouldn't have been able to perceive that I had an opportunity to choose, because I would have been too wrapped up in my own imaginings, I guess they're imaginings.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is that faith gave you the opportunity to choose intentionally or consciously, be aware that you are making choices.
Yeah.
Without it, or not without it, but not being as aware of it, kind of just going with the flow, which may not have felt like the best thing.
Yes, exactly. And it's funny because it came up many times in disparate communities. And one was a great Tai Chi quote that I wanted to share. It said, to succeed in martial arts as a student, you have to have first faith in the system, faith in the teacher and then faith in yourself. And the faith in yourself thing really resonated with me because I was like, oh, I understand how this structures the way we are, or without it, the way we would otherwise take ourselves on many different tangents and doubt. Yeah, I guess intentionality is the key ingredient.
Amazing, and I really appreciate you sharing that Tai Chi quote of, faith in the system, the teacher, and then yourself. That there are all these components, that working together, big faith. Yeah, thank you. All right, fantastic. Okay, so I invite you for the next week, the rest of the month, to continue opening up to what faith means to you, what it feels like, what it looks like, how it's showing up in life, and what this affirmation, through faith, the impossible becomes possible, no matter what that can look like in your day-to-day. All right? So, now we're on to the musical feature of the evening. So back to the Elevate Trio.
So this is certainly the first time this composer has been heard at Elevate. And I'm not going to tell you who it is yet. It came about from a funny, I was thinking about songs that had to do with faith. And then somehow my mind started going over what Lesia said about, she was talking about something else, about really leaning into what was, and thereby being, not running away from something, but leaning into it with faithfulness. And so then this song popped into my head. And it's a beautiful tune. It's not a tune that we've ever done before, or I've ever done before. But it seemed to be the right tune. And you may hear it and say, that has nothing to do with faith, Kevin. And you're maybe right. There is a faithful element to it, but it definitely, I don't think anyone can lean into anything as much as Hank Williams. See? Sounds too blue to fly. The midnight train is winding low. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Never saw not so long. Time is falling. Moon is when I'm
Oh, yeah.
There was an album called Soul Mining. Wait, no. Hanky Panky, which was all Hank Williams stuff. It was one of my favorite albums of the 90s. It was so good. And you guys just totally gave him a run for the Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you so much. And I love how, Kelby, when you were introducing that tune, how you said, I feel like it, is a faithful tune. It's about faithfulness. But maybe you won't. And maybe is a key word in my talk today. So, the power of maybe. So I will tell you about this picture and the power of maybe in just a moment, but I want to open up with a quote from Shakespeare's Hamlet, which I think most, if not all of us, are familiar with. There is nothing good nor bad, only thinking makes it so. Okay? So things in and of themselves don't have value or meaning until we give them value or meaning, until we think something about them, until we put a context around them. And that's what today's talk is about. That's what faith, at least for today, is about. So this picture here, I actually took this picture, and these were Milana's Playmobil toys. And the reason that I took this picture several years ago when I used to work at Planet Organic, there was a young girl there in Virginia, and she and I became super close friends. She's still a close family friend of ours. And she introduced me one day. She was very curious about all the stuff that I was doing, studying for foundational studies, consciousness studies, and moving into practitioner studies. And she was really curious about, what's the universe all about? What's life all about? And she would find these, really neat videos on YouTube. And one day, she introduced me to the story of a farmer and his prize stallion, which, depending on where you sort of find the information, it could either be a Zen story, it could be a Taoist story, but essentially, there was this great rendition of it by, oh my gosh, I just forgot his name, Prince E.A., who was a musician, but also sort of a young spiritual thought leader. And he told this story about the farmer and the stallion using Playmobil figurines and other little toys. And it was super, super cute and just stuck in my mind. And so a few months later, when Virginia was going on some travels and adventures in South and Central America, we put together this beautiful little journal for her, and this was the photo that I took so that she could remember the maybe story that she introduced us to. So I'd like to share this story with you, because this story, for me, is really about faith, and how the power of maybe is all up to us. We get to decide how we experience things, how we view things. So this is the story. There was once a farmer, and on his farm he had a prize stallion, a beloved horse that was so beautiful, that he loved dearly, that he cherished and prized, and it brought in a lot of money for the family. So he really, really loved his horse, and everyone in the village was just like, wow, what an amazing beast. One day, the prize stallion ran away. Well, the villagers came running to the farmer and they said, oh my gosh, we feel terrible. This is horrible. You must feel so sad and forlorn and just, even frustrated or angry. This is so bad. And the farmer just kind of looked at everyone, all the villagers, and because he was a Playmobil figurine and their hands were open like this, right? And maybe. So the villagers were like, okay. And they went back to the village. Well, the next day, the farmer's working in the field, and all of a sudden he hears hoofbeats, and then lo and behold, this prize stallion comes running back to the farm. But not just on his own, with 3 beautiful wild horses. And they all run into the corral together, and they're hanging out in there. And the farmer's like, okay. But the villagers, they come running, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I mean, just yesterday your prize stallion ran away, you didn't have your stallion, your family wasn't going to be able to make money, but now, not only do you have your stallion back, but you have these other 3 beautiful new wild horses. And the farmer, he's looking at the villagers, and then he goes, And they say, this is a really good thing. And he's looking at the villagers, and he goes, maybe. Okay. So they go back down to the village thinking, this farmer really, does he understand anything about life? Why isn't he responding, noticing what is good and what is bad? So then the next day, the son of the farmer decides that he's going to try and tame one of these wild horses. So he goes into the corral, lets out the other 3 horses, and starts to work with one horse. And things are going well, and they're building a relationship, and then he gets on the horse, and the horse is riding around, running around in circles, and all of a sudden bucks and throws the young boy off of his back. The boy lands on the ground and breaks his leg in 3 places. Oh my gosh. The villagers hear about this news. They come running. They're trying to console the farmer. They're trying to take care of the son. Oh my gosh, this crazy wild beast, are you going to get rid of it? This is the most horrible thing ever. Like, look, your son he can't even move around. His leg is broken in 3 places. This is so bad. And the farmer just looks at all the villagers and goes, maybe. And by now the villagers are kind of like, what is with this farmer? Like, doesn't he understand the difference between like good fortune and bad fortune and good and bad? He's a little weird. So they go back to the village. Well, the next day, the army comes by. And they're looking for all able-bodied young men so that they can draft them into the army and take them to whatever war is happening outside of the village. They take a look at the boy and they go, oh, we can't use him. His leg is broken in 3 places. He's of no use to us. And they leave when leaving the boy there. Well, the villagers hear this news. They come a-running and they're like, holy moly, you literally dodged a bullet there. All of our sons were drafted, but look, your son is still here because he has a broken leg. What amazing luck. You are the luckiest person in the world. This is so good. And again, the farmer looks at everyone, just goes, maybe. And the villagers take off. So the point of this story is that there is definitely more than one way to look at something, and that whatever it is that we ascribe to something as meaning, that's how we're going to experience it. And so even though the villagers were so convinced that, something was either good or either bad, here was the farmer that was having a completely different experience. And not just a completely different experience, he was actually just open to what this experience could end up being like as time went on. So he wasn't even assigning, this is good or this is bad, opposite of what the villagers were saying. He just left himself open, faithful, if you will, to what was possible. And so every single day when something happened, the farmer didn't get upset. He didn't go into a panic. He just had faith that this was just life and accepted what was happening, let go of any kind of stories or paradigms or any kind of thoughts or beliefs that came running with all the villagers, and simply accepted this is just happening and it's okay. And so the whole point is that when we choose, every moment of every day, we are choosing how to experience life. We're creating our life experience based on our choices. And so like Kelby was talking about earlier, when he was driving around and, I could approach this situation this way, but wait a second, I could also approach it in this way. When Stephanie was talking about how there were plenty of times where there was doubt this past week, but then she remembered, I can let that go. And I can lean into faith. And I can just trust and know, because remember, faith is a knowing that is so fully embodied, it doesn't matter what the mind is saying. It doesn't matter what other people around you are saying. It doesn't even matter how you're feeling, because faith is so pure and so whole and is so infused in every single fiber of our being that it can transcend any of that other stuff, whether it's coming at us from out here or coming at us from in here. Now, yesterday I was in conversation with someone, and I was asked, what do you do when you see all of these news stories and all of this terrible stuff that is happening around the world? And admittedly, I really don't watch the news. I haven't since I was a little kid. Like, there was even a time I remember one day sitting at the kitchen table with my dad reading the newspaper, and I was probably 8 or something. And every morning, my mom and my dad would go through the newspaper, the whole thing. One reading one section, they trade, and the other's reading the other section. And I thought to myself, I wonder when I'll be an adult and I'll read the newspaper every morning like my dad. Never happened. Like it never happened. I don't think I had read a full newspaper from front to back ever because I just wasn't interested. And some people might say, oh, but you have no idea what's going on. Well, I get enough of what's going on from everyone around me. And it kind of takes me back to when I was talking about driving without glasses and the story from David Hawkins' book, Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender, when he was driving and was saying, think of all the stuff that we see that maybe we don't need to see. And how when he just started driving without his glasses, even though he was feeling super anxious, I had the same feeling when I started doing it too, but that eventually, like really quickly, he noticed that I am seeing what I need to see. What I need to get from point A to point B is being revealed to me exactly at the right time. Well, same thing with current events for me. I have Glenn, I have people around me, I have people in the community who will come up to me and say, hey, did you hear? Every now and then I'll be listening to, NPR or to CIUC or one of the college station, and stuff will come on. But really for me, what I want to focus on is I want to focus on stuff like faith. I want to focus on how can I be a better person? I want to focus on knowing that no matter what is going on, no matter what I'm thinking or feeling or believing, no matter what I'm experiencing, that there is that in me, just like there is that in every single individual here, every single individual online, everywhere, all over the place, that is infinitely more powerful, creative, and resilient than anything I could ever experience, or any thought that I could ever entertain, any belief that I could be holding on to, whether I know it or not. That there is that in me that is so pure, that is so profound, that is so whole, it can transcend anything that is seemingly out of alignment with that wholeness. Now this morning I was speaking with someone, and it was kind of like the maybe story. This person was moving out and was going back home to spend, one of the last few nights there, and was really looking forward to being home in the space on their own. The roommate was away, and then found out as this person was going home that a mutual friend of theirs was going to be there. And this person got so upset, thinking, oh my God, I had all of these plans. I just wanted to spend a nice quiet evening at home alone, and now this person is going to be there. This is the worst thing ever. Well, what ended up happening was that the person who was there is a mutual friend, and ended up having this other person pack, which meant that this other person didn't have to spend as much time packing and working on their own. So in the end, it wasn't a horrible thing. That actually ended up being a good and a helpful thing. It really reminded me of the maid story. Excuse me. So I'm going to go back to the quote that we had in meditation, which is actually a quote of mine. I don't know if you noticed I didn't give you an author or anything. But I was thinking about faith and what it means to me and what's coming up for me in the last week. And this is the quote. The power of maybe is the power of faith. Trusting, knowing, and accepting that something that seemingly appears one way can hold value and meaning in another, simply by letting go of the known and opening up to the unknown. Every single moment is a brand new moment. It may feel like life is continuing on some trajectory or timeline or something like that. It's not. It feels like it, but it's not. Every single moment, the entire universe is rebooting itself. Brand spanking new. There seems to be a continuity because we've been so conditioned to believe that that's the way it is. But if the universe is rebooting itself anew every single moment, we are the same energy that is the universe in its entirety, then guess what? We are brand new every single moment. And every single moment we get to decide, how do I want to experience my life? What do I want to create right here, right now? And what we choose in this moment does lay the foundation for the next, but even so, we can still change the trajectory at any moment because every moment is a new opportunity to let go of the preconceived notions, of the stories, of the beliefs, of the paradigms, of the programs that have led us up to where we are now. And it's an opportunity to lean into faith, excuse me, and open ourselves up to the unknown. So even if we have no idea how things are going to turn out, no idea of what it is that is in store for us in the unknown, we have faith. Because faith is an inherent part of our being. It's who we are. So next time, this is my question to you. Next time that something seemingly good or bad is happening, I invite you to step back, to pause, to breathe, and like that farmer, think, maybe. Because every moment is a brand new opportunity to choose, a brand new opportunity to create a life experience. And even if you have no idea what's in store, even if something is happening and you cannot make sense of it in the moment, what you do have is faith. Thank you, and so it is.
Thank you.
Okay, and so now it's time for some conscious conversation, and I'm thinking that we just split the room in half, and these people can have a little chat, and these people can have a little chat. And what we do for the people who are new here for the first time is we just take about 10 minutes or so to talk about what's coming up for you guys, whether it's from the talk or the music that's been happening, whatever it is that you're experiencing, anything about faith. And then when the time to come back is happening, I will sing your meditation.
Choosing how we see the world, choosing how we see events as they come up. Sometimes I joke around that, I lost this. I lost this one. I'm gonna get out of it. And it will even out. I can choose to see everything as what's next? I'm good. Where's my the word maybe? Try to be that there's some positive everywhere. Words are easy for me to say that I had without crutches. Reading diagrams. I like the work that you're going to ask. So I guess the challenge. I really enjoy it. Somebody read that and stuff. Maybe when I will see.
Yeah.
People unfold.
Yeah.
And that's what faith.
Who knows? Like,
That's another way that the story is told. Who knows what is good or what is bad? But I just really.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I think about faith, I like that. I think when you, I feel that when you allow yourself to have faith in a happy way, you're so such a great thing.
But actually, I think it's really good about it. It's not just a big thing.
Let yourself just let go of the negative.
Just like what you were
It's just like a little twinkle in your heart.
playing with that gig or another zone.
Yeah, so I just felt that. Good.
It's like, yeah, it's a priest.
I was picking it up. No. It's just like a twinkle.
Like that.
Like that. Okay. I just press to stop, and for me, I don't know. Okay. Yeah. We'll see. Later tonight.
Having faith, not like a sign, if you would assign disrespect.
Right.
I'm gonna crash and burn into this like emotional place for a week as opposed to being like, to let that go and have faith.
Well, I'm the only one who thought it was bad, right? I mean,
Well, but, yeah.
we don't really know if anyone else thought it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad to me.
But if you dwelled in that,
Yeah,
you might not have
exactly.
been open to the next opportunity.
Exactly.
You might not have taken that.
Because nobody really cared. Really. I mean, it was for the bad for me.
And maybe
I just-
it's like the villager.
I don't watch.
That's happening. Maybe.
My perspective is that if
I hate to refer to tennis, but I had the same thing. I was a really good tennis player. So I used to, but I don't really care. I mean, I just go hang out with some of the guys after the game. I lost.
and offer
People
my
I
service
just don't worry that you lost it.
to those people here,
Who knows it was bad?
in which to be able
You know, I
to
mean,
make
you
that
feel bad if you
difference
lost, but no one else is paying
within
attention
the
to that.
world.
I'm paying attention to that.
When you were talking about hardships,
I'm assigning value to it.
I ended up
Experience.
Yeah.
getting divorced and
You
being
get lost.
a single mom of 2 children,
But if you let go of it,
and
you know.
I wouldn't trade any of those hardships.
Everyone starts to talk to you.
Oh.
Is it together? Yeah, right.
All
You start
of
laughing,
those
right?
hardships have to stop
No,
and praise
you
and
have to reach
I
out.
know.
Yeah.
Gave me the
Yeah.
strength.
It's very powerful to be able to do that.
It is.
I commend you.
Yeah,
I
it is.
remember someone observing it, you know, when like football players would get a touchdown, would be like, oh yeah.
We
good
often
job,
think
you know?
that.
But they never do that, they like fumble the ball. Yeah, it's all the thing.
Yeah.
Why do we assign that? Get caught up in all that drama.
Because they make me look at myself.
Sometimes it's good to
And to decide,
Yeah.
who am I?
be
What do I
concerned
want?
Yeah.
What do I want to become?
of not doing your
Be-
best even if it doesn't
And how
matter.
can I be a
Like,
better person?
from the point of view of like
So,
improving your health or something, like maybe if I try
It was
to
very
win the
difficult.
game,
but I
it
do
means
know
I'm
where
working
you-
harder physically.
Yeah.
From another perspective, like to not demonize feeling
Yeah, when you're sharing
bad,
something
yeah.
or when you're in the moment.
failure because it's nice, it's in the nature of human being. So it's not, I don't think it's that bad to depend how late it goes. There's something good in feeling concerned.
How long you decide to hold on to it, that's the
Yeah.
bigger part of it. And it's okay to have that come through your head, and it's just like being able to let it go, right?
Something completely.
Even people that do things like certain level of accuracy or perfection generally don't like to lose on simple games. You know, historically, like all these geniuses, they hated to lose cards and stuff like that. There's something about it that could be used
Yeah.
in your advantage.
Although it's interesting, you also think that when you're playing tennis, does it empower you if you think you might lose, or does it message you?
Well, that was the thing, I wanted to get back to this maybe thing, maybe, you know, where, yeah, that's the hard part, is to just, not think about it, maybe, you'll be fine next time, you know.
It depends how your mind works. Some people get motivated with failure. Others need courage.
Well, that's an actually personality,
Depends how you
Yeah.
deal with failure.
I mean, it kind of speaks to what you said about letting it go because it's the opportunities.
Yes, yes.
It's an up, yeah.
It's a cycle of rebirth all the time.
Yeah, you gotta recognize that, though. Yeah.
Like when I used to teach a lot of kids, each case was totally different. compliments that will be
Think
like,
outside the box.
oh, no, I want to try more. They will,
Think
some people will just try
Think of
without
the possibility
help
that you would
others
otherwise think
get
of.
really
you know.
discouraged by
And
any little comment,
I think
needed
that the
more
hardships
encouragement,
are an opportunity for us to
less
think outside the box, to be
criticizing,
creative,
and the result will be still great. But
stretch
the
ourselves
method of the
beyond
communication
our comfort
needed
zone.
to
Because that's the only way that we end up growing
The level of sensitivity.
But I think the whole thing is like,
within ourselves.
within yourself, right? It's like to try to not think
Within
about
our
it, just to try to
spirituality.
stop that and then create a space where opportunity can happen. It's just to not, it's just to let that feeling go of like failure, you know. Wasn't so good. I know I can be better, right? Sometimes it's motivating me to fail a bit, but at some point you just have to maybe
So
not
you're
think
thinking
about
you're
it.
outside
And
the
then
box,
it
you do
just
something
creates
different.
some space where there's possibility. Maybe with some faith in me, just to be going.
Yeah. Giving it a new context. And if you can't give it a new context, then one of the things that, as soon as I got it, is it came to pass. Not this too shall pass, but it came to pass. So whatever we experience, it's never permanent. Whatever we think, whatever we feel, it's never permanent. Ever. Because things are constantly changing and evolving. And so just knowing that that's something that's not going to last, it's not going to be forever, it's not this like stain or mark or whatever sort of thing. It came to pass. Like, and that's everything, right? The good, the bad, the disability, that just, you know, that feeling of impermanence is like, oh, okay, so next opportunity.
Yeah, like as you said, you know, like sometimes it's motivating to fail, and you feel bad about it. And then there's a point where you don't think about it anymore, and you change. Somehow you change.
Counseling that I
You get some
needed.
faith, really.
I got
You get
different
better.
types
Yeah, when you fail and try again or fail and try, and you see improvement, you almost start like to fail. Maybe that's the best way to improve, so maybe it should keep.
I'm going to invite everyone to finish up their thoughts. We're going to come back to it.
Stop fearing meeting other people. So, yeah, there's always abundance in any kind of situation you have to get help that I never finance or even ask. I tend to sort of push things out and get out of here. You know, see you later, I'm later. What you have, exactly. And I look at broken. Shady, nice to meet you. Otherwise, I'm not. I just. And that's what good. Well, if it's, negative, yeah, it is negative, right. But it is. It's like one of the things here. We have the names do we had faith. They got it. I didn't agree, but I don't know if it was gold, but it had it. Blue fine. I didn't like that with you, but word. You appreciate that. Everything is motivating, and there's time to do, that's what peace culture is about. You know, respecting other people's opinion. Even if you don't agree with them.
All right, I'm going to invite everyone to come back to the main room. Testing out some new equipment again today. Will it work? We have faith. All right, so time to show some appreciation and love for everyone who had something to do with making today happen. Please stand. All right, let's let all of these people know how much we love and appreciate them. We appreciate you, we love you, we support you as you say, maybe. All right, anyone who's here for the first time, we invite you to stand. Come on and stand up. Yep. All right, and now let's keep the love and appreciation flowing. We appreciate you, we love you, we support you as you say, maybe. And now everybody else, so that we're all standing up. Come on up, Esther. No?
No.
Okay, all right, then we'll love and appreciate you from there. All right, here we go. We appreciate you, we love you, we support you as you say, maybe. And now find one person, look into their eyes, and turn those we's into eyes, and let them know, I appreciate you, I love you, I support you as you say, maybe. All right, fantastic. Thank you, everybody. You can go ahead and sit down. And so if you feel that you have been inspired today, if you feel you have been spiritually fed or spelled R-E, however you are choosing to give, put the information on an envelope, and if it's an e-transfer, just circle e-transfer, and then our treasurer can keep track of everything. So however it is that you are choosing to invest in your spiritual center, I invite you to place your hands on your heart and let's say this abundance affirmation together. In gratitude I give, in gratitude I receive. By joyously contributing to my spiritual center, I celebrate the infinite possibilities of living life lovingly, and so it is. All right. I invite you to close your eyes or lower your gaze, whatever it is that feels comfortable, and remaining steeped in gratitude and building growing appreciation. I am so, so, so grateful for our time together today. So grateful for the Elevate Trio, so grateful for the music, so grateful for the discussion, the conscious conversation, and for the inspiration that just flows from each and every individual present, each and every individual online. I'm so grateful for this community as it grows and flows and knows itself into being, knowing that the more that we open up to the infinite possibilities of who we can become, the more we radiate the love that we truly are. So for everything that has come, for everything that is on its way, I simply say thank you, and so it is.
And so it is.
All right, just a few announcements. Sundays, 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Celebrate Sundays, happening right here. Similar to what goes on this way, but a slightly different vibe because it's a Sunday morning vibe. Elevate Your Creativity this month, which is the fourth Wednesday, is going to be a super amazing extravaganza. We're going to be making Ukrainian Easter eggs with dyes and molten wax and traditional tools for Easter egg painting. So there are limited spots available. I invite you to register ASAP so I know how many people are coming. It's going to be a really amazing, creative, artistic opportunity. Radiate, happening May 24th from 7 to 8:30 p.m., fourth Fridays. Not exactly sure what is happening, but it is now a spiritual salon, which means that there's going to be more opportunity to connect. It's going to be more contemplative, more introspective, and there's still going to be creativity and artistry involved. So we invite you to come on down, Friday, May 24th, 7 to 8:30 p.m. Our very first healing circle is taking place here on Sunday, May 26th, after Celebrate Sunday from 12:15 to 1 p.m. This is an amazing opportunity to feel the power of affirmative prayer, to feel the energy of intention for yourself or someone you know as we pray, as we affirm, as we intend together. Fourth Mondays, brand new event. Monday, May 27th is the next one. Music and Mantras with Coralina Shante, happening right here, where she creates chants and mantras according to what is going on in the room, and it is an opportunity to use the power of your own voice to heal. Okay, if you are a member of our community and you want to know how you can really be involved, we are looking for support in these areas. Tech support, especially on Sundays, setup, cleanup, and online social media engagement, because there are people who tune in every Wednesday so great to have someone online with them saying, hey, thanks for being with us, right? What can we know for you? If you or someone you know is in need of prayer, there is a little box in front of the silver bowl with some forms. Just fill in a form, fold it, put it in the box, and our BTC prayer team will pray for you or yours affirmatively every day. And if you want to be in the know, the best way to do so is to sign up for our newsletter. There's a sign-up sheet at the back. It's the best way to be in the flow of the know with what is happening and when at BTC. Community announcements. Anyone have anything that they would like to share? Pablo?
Yeah, May 24th will be at Herman's with two singers, Sarah Manredos and Anne Chapin.
All right, May 24th, Herman's.
That's like 4 people from the Elevate Trio. One
Right on. Okay. Anybody else?
Is that the start?
At 7 p.m.
May 24th?
Is there a dance class or is it just music?
It's just a concert, but
Okay.
it's still good.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, everybody. All right. Time for a closing tune. Woo! If you've seen the movie Sing, this is the final tune of the movie by Stevie Wonder with Ariana Grande singing. It's so fun. All right. Everybody stand up. And feel free to follow along. Lyrics are going to be on the screen. They're going to
Oh yeah.
It is fast.
You're gonna
Fast
bring
and
it.
furious. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that?
Feel free to clap, feel free to dance around. This is a really
Yes,
fun
dancing, clapping, sing loudly. Correct singing is not even requested, let alone required. You gotta have faith. That's what it is. All right, here we go. See the girl sitting down from her shoes. She walks around like she got nothing to do. Go get it. Everybody's out. We love it, but we don't want it to happen. Won't elevate. Only motivation. From the best of the big old time.
whether you're here in person or online. We love you, we appreciate you, we're so glad you're here. Thanks so much, we'll see you next week.
All right.
I lost faith.